obviously it's going to skew more younger than what we see elsewhere. But it's changing, right? The internet penetration in China is getting bigger, and it's going more deeper into the Chinese market. So it's going to change over time. But obviously, at the moment and the history has been more younger orientated.
We saw a transition of people buying online as a fashion now to buying online as a daily life. You know, people in the past just buying online for the things that they couldn't find in physical stores. You know. The ones that are special. Now they're buying for daily life. You know, the fast-moving consumables. They buy toothpaste, drinks. You know, everything online.
I normally divided the development stages of China's consumer e-commerce into 4 stages. Stage 1 is non-core customer buying non-core products online. As Mr. Yu said earlier, they are complementary products, fancy products. And stage 2 are the non-core customer buying core products. So these relatively younger generations start to buy mainstream products. Stage 3 is core customer, like us, buying non-core products. So you can figure out what's the 4th stage is the core customer buying the core product range. So what's the stage now? Are we in stage 3 or 4? I believe we are almost finishing stage 3, getting into stage 4. Core customer group buying core product categories.
In fact, we had an experience. You know, our first website simulated what Amazon did, very clean and using the navigation bars to search and so on. And we found that our customers don't like it.
It was too clean.
They want to see a page very
when
crowded.
I joined Alibaba, I cleaned the homepage to the international standard. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And our consumers like a page very crowded, busy with lots of links at the same time, opening many windows at the same time.
Well, not surprising to me. If you take a picture in Walmart offline stores in China compared to the Walmart offline stores in the States, they are different. In China, very busy, very colorful, lots of promotion ads, whatever, coupons, free gifts. That's in the Walmart China store. But in Walmart US store, very clean, very disciplined, clean merchandising. So I think it's not a big difference between online and offline. So the offline experience has been mirrored to the online experience.
So when you go into the Chinese consumer psyche, they want to have a chaotic, bizarre type experience.
You want to create this shopping atmosphere.
It's easier.
I think it also depends what type of product you're selling, right? And we know we've advised clients to go straight online and go straight into the e-commerce world. Depending where you are, who your target audience is, a lot of that depends on what your price points are, who you're trying to engage, what geographical reach you're trying to get. So that has a massive impact on what we advise our clients, both local and also international.
My advice would be find a solution provider for you. You know, in China, lots of platforms. You know, for example, we provide service by Yihaodian SBY model. You know, helping the offline or international brands to launch not only on our website but also through other websites, other platforms. You know, we handle logistics, post-sale services, all the services. So I think it's better to go through solution providers. Not only the e-commerce companies, if you count all the internet companies, you've really found great success. You know, you count eBay, Google, Groupon, Yahoo, etc. You know, I think there are several reasons. One is that's probably a lack of the understanding of Chinese culture and trying to copy their global business model to Chinese market. I think that's probably one reason. The other reason is that the management scheme, you know, the e-commerce or the total internet world, you know, the decisions need to be made very dynamically, very locally, very quick. But their global organizational structure do not allow them to do so, and that slowed down the decision process.
Well, when Taobao fight against eBay, we list all the top 10 things eBay are doing in China. We do 100% different. For example, they charge listing fee. We say listing fee, zero.
Free.
Their listing orders, ranking orders, they are based on auction base, which means the products has been there for the longest time, will sit on top of it. But it's a retail model, you should put the freshest product on the top priority of the ranking. So these things are 100% different. And also eBay stop people buy and sell talking to each other because that's auction model. But in China, we launched instant messaging, encouraging merchants talking to consumers. So the 10 things eBay doing, we completely changed in China. The top 10 things, the most important things eBay doing, and they're winning elements, they're the winning recipe in the States, actually become the poison, killing their business in China.
We haven't given up, and I think one of the things that isn't well publicized is that we have an enormous China business, but it's not a domestic China business. So we are the largest e-commerce company in the world by orders of magnitude for China export. We export billions of China manufactured goods or China sellers who reach the United States, Western Europe, really all over the world. And that's been a business that's been a really strong growth engine for us for over a decade. Taobao obviously participates in the domestic Chinese market. And we're small and we've picked niches, but no, we haven't given up and we can't give up because there's just such an enormous accumulation of wealth in China. And the Chinese consumer is such an important part of the future of the global economy that we've entered the market recently in a few niches. We're looking at fashion and particularly areas where Chinese consumers covet Western goods or goods that can be brought in, relatively higher priced items like fashion and home and garden goods. We've had one of the fastest growth years in our history. I don't think we have the choice of either or. I think the Chinese consumer is too important to the future of e-commerce and the global economy for us to ignore it. With that said, Taobao's done an incredible job over the last decade, and trying to take Taobao on head-on in their domestic market is not a sensible approach for us. But I don't think we have to choose between those two. I think what we're doing is we're finding niches. Taobao won't be the only company that serves the Chinese consumer in the future. And the internet is borderless, so people will find us.